Hello, Bulldogs, and welcome to another season of Open Line on Air, a program which is dedicated to keeping you, the viewers at home, informed about what's going on in the Garfield Heights City Schools. Today, we have with us our new principal at Garfield Heights Middle School, Mr. Chris Sauer. Welcome, Chris. We are going to get to know Chris a little bit and have him share his background and his plans for the building with the community at home. So let's begin. Chris, why don't you start by telling the viewers at home a bit about yourself, your background, where you attended school, and how you came to the Garfield Heights City Schools.
First of all, thanks for having me. I grew up in Medina County, went K through 12 Highland local schools, did my undergraduate work at Kent State University. I first became a teacher in 2006 at Garfield Heights Middle School, and that's where I've been since. I've been fortunate to have some leadership opportunities, so I went to Baldwin-Wallace to pursue a master's degree in school leadership.
And became principal.
And then you know, another opportunity came along, and here I am as principal of the middle school, and I'm very happy to be where I am today.
What was your experience like as a classroom instructor in the district? And how has that transition from teacher to administrator been?
It's been a pretty natural transition going from teacher to administrator. I enjoyed my 8 years teaching in the building. I taught 7th grade social studies. I taught 8th grade social studies. I had the opportunity to kind of oversee the social studies department. You know, so once again, very fortunate to have leadership opportunities that kind of translated right into, you know, the school leadership and administration side of things.
Being an assistant helped follow that transition process.
Absolutely, absolutely. I love, working with students, working with teachers, and just helping the building be, you know, a better place.
Can you share with the viewers at home a bit about the building specifics, the number of students, staff members, and so forth?
The building itself was constructed in 1962, so it's an older building, but we've had, you know, quite a variety of upgrades. Currently, we're approximately 768 students in the building, and about 55 staff members, 55 teachers, and quite a variety of support staff as well.
Talk about some of your upgrades that you've had in the last couple of years at the middle school.
Most recent upgrades have been in the cafeteria, new ceiling installed, a new sound system installed in the cafeteria, and this summer we did a lot of renovations in the gym, new bleachers, some new paint on the walls, and some graphics, and it's really transformed the gymnasium.
Talk to us about your administrative team. You have some new members. What are their names, and what are they bringing to the table at the middle school?
Our mainstay is Shyla Urban. She's an assistant principal. Two new additions to my administrative team, Mr. Michael Ferlino is an assistant principal, and Miss Leslie Tranter is an assistant principal, and both of them have, bring a lot to the table in terms of experience and new ideas. And, you know, those two new additions have really set the tone for a great school year this year.
Tell us about some of the classes that are offered at the middle school. Any interesting courses, and how about any high school courses and courses that transfer up for credit?
You know, outside of the core courses, we do try to look at adding new courses here and there. One new addition is a drama class for 7th and 8th grade students, but choir, band, computer, media literacy, financial literacy. And for high school credit, students, 8th graders, I should say, can take Algebra 1, and they can also take health for high school credit.
Please talk about some of the academic initiatives that are currently underway at the middle school.
You know, a constant initiative is to try to increase literacy skills in all our students, because that's something that can help students be more successful in all subject areas. We've also looked at the structure of our building. We have a teaming structure. For those that aren't familiar, there are different teams of teachers in each grade level. And this year, something that's a little bit new, one team in each grade level, we have a co-teaching initiative, where in language arts and in math, there are actually 2 teachers in the classroom. And we find that that's really helping increase student achievement.
You know, the catchword is bullying. Everyone knows that bullying is an important topic in schools these days. How do you define bullying, and what are some of the things at the middle school that we're doing to address bullying?
Well, bullying is something that is, behavior that's consistent and persistent and aimed at, harming another student, both, emotionally, maybe physically. We don't tolerate it at the middle school, but it is, part of the, unfortunately part of the middle school experience. So we have a lot of layers of support to help us with these types of things. We have two great guidance counselors that do a lot of mediations. We have a full-time intervention manager, Mr. Johnson, who does a lot of work with student conflict and resolving those types of issues. We do guidance counselors actually get into the classrooms and do some character education. We bring in special programs and assemblies, so we try to attack it head on.
From a co-curricular standpoint, can you summarize some of the leadership or athletic opportunities that are available at the middle school?
Sure. We try to offer all kinds of leadership opportunities. Some of those would include we have a student ambassador program. We have a Helping Hands program where students can help those with special needs. We also have National Junior Honor Society, and we have fall, winter, and spring athletic sports. Some new additions in athletics. We've added boys and girls soccer, as well as cross country for boys and girls.
We've added Officer Doug Dillon, and he's been a tremendous asset to the building and the students there. So talk about Officer Dillon's role at the middle school.
I really can't say enough great things about Officer Dillon. He's been a fantastic addition. He heads up our school safety team, where we have regular meetings talking about different aspects of school safety. He helps us with emergency procedures. He helps us in planning evacuation drills, and on top of that, just really is a presence in the building, providing day-to-day security. We've also added a full-time security guard, Mr. Cottingham, as well. So Officer Dillon and Mr. Cottingham have made a big difference in terms of making our school a safe place to learn.
What are you doing to further engage parents in the learning experience at the middle school?
Last year, we had quarterly family engagement nights. We're going to continue those this year, and those are nights to have open conversations about the middle school. We want to know how we're doing, and also we want to take those times to recognize students who are doing great things in our building, because we have lots of students doing great things. So we're going to continue with those nights. We also encourage parents to come on parent-teacher conference night. But what a lot of people don't know, because of our teaming structure, each team of teachers also has time during the day where they have a team planning period. And we encourage parents to contact teachers during this time. We encourage teachers to reach out to families during this time. And we're always open to having parents come in and sit down and meet with our teachers.
Sounds like a lot of wonderful things that are going on at our middle school.
Absolutely.
Mr. Sauer, I'd like to thank Mr. Sauer for coming to share a bit about his background and also his role as principal at Garfield Heights Middle School. The middle school age demographic is a very unique and important time in a student's academic journey. And so we thank you for your service to the community of Garfield Heights. And as usual, go Bulldogs!